Your Excellencies, President Obasanjo, President of Namibia, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big congratulations that I need to convey to the organizers. What a great communicator, the Executive Director, Mr. NJ, really great communicator. I'm really, truly honored to be here to speak to you. As you said, to be part of this great movement, it's actually my first time, and I'm really happy to be part of it. And I'm here to provide a brief update on OPEC and its ongoing support for Africa's energy renaissance, and to tell you about Equatorial Guinea's growing energy industry and our commitment to a just and fair energy transition. Let's begin with OPEC. I'm happy to report that OPEC continues to be a force for stability. We've been seeing how OPEC has been fighting this last month to make sure that there is market stability. And this is a market stability that has been benefiting all the oil and gas producing countries. We all know that a volatile oil market is bad for global consumers, and this is very important for global consumers and also for African producers alike. We at OPEC take our responsibility very seriously. OPEC decisions are actually based on data and not political considerations. OPEC will continue to monitor markets and work closely with African countries, including our African member nations and including Apple, along with non-OPEC countries, to strengthen the spirit of our Declaration of Cooperation and give African states every opportunity to grow and benefit from their oil and gas industries. I'm also happy to share promising news about Equatorial Guinea, where our efforts to drive exploration and production activities are seeing success. Our ministry has awarded new production sharing contracts for 6 offshore oil and gas blocks this year. Offshore block EG-01 was awarded, signed, and ratified with the independent E&P company, Panoro, and its partners, Cosmos Energy and Hydrocarbons. Blocks EG-11 and EG-06, we just agreed with a U.S. major and Hydrocarbons already actually operating in the country, the term sheet for 2 more blocks. We are concluding the production sharing contract in about 2 weeks. Offshore blocks EG-18 and 31 already signed, ratified with the Canadian Africa Oil Corporation. Offshore blocks EG-08 also awarded, signed and ratified with Adler Global Limited and Hydrocarbons. Meanwhile, we have made significant strides in the development of Equatorial Guinea's Gas Mega Hub initiative. As some of you may know, phase 1 of this project was successfully completed in February 2021 with the startup of the Island Gas Monetization Project, which sends gas from the island fields to the Punta Europa LNG terminal through a 70-kilometer pipeline. Earlier this year, our government signed an agreement with Marathon Oil and Chevron for the next 2 phases of this project. We expect phase 2, which calls for processing gas from the Alba fields, to come into life as soon as February 2024. Phase 3 of this project will focus on the commercialization of gas from Asang field. I have seen Equatorial Guinea describe as West Africa's next LNG hotspot. And I believe we very well achieve that distinction. However, our vision for a thriving energy industry and the socio-economic benefits that come with it is not constrained within our national borders. Equatorial Guinea welcomes regional collaboration. We recently established a bilateral agreement with Cameroon on cross-border oil and gas development. We also signed similar agreement with Nigeria in 2022. And we are always looking for additional opportunities for regional collaboration. We also are aiming to form partnerships with more private sector companies, which will drive ongoing exploration in our country and in turn open the economic growth and diversification. We are already partners with some world-class companies, including Africa Oil Corporation and Panoro, as I mentioned before, alongside with Chevron, with ExxonMobil, Marathon, EGLNG, Trident Energy, and others. E&P activities is gaining momentum here because of Equatorial Guinea's enabling environment for investments and our strong records for successful offshore findings. Combined, these factors make partnership with Equatorial Guinea a tremendous opportunity, a realistic one, and this is actually happening. Ongoing oil and gas exploration remained vitally essential, even as the world begins transitioning to renewable energy. To be clear, Equatorial Guinea strongly believes that the energy transition must move forward. Needless to say, we need to do a lot of talking to clarify what is the meaning of energy transition. I believe it's moving towards an energy mix that includes fossil fuels, that includes whatever we do, absolutely whatever we do, the sort of energy that our people have easier and cheaper access to, whatever we do. So it is look like it must be a fair and just energy transition for our country and for the continent. It is a matter of dignity in our daily engagement with survival. My dear brothers and sisters, why doesn't it have to be like this all the time? Why not engagement with good living instead of survival at all the time? There is a transition towards organizing people's energy needs as the essential consideration. Organizing people's needs as essential consideration. Energy transition needs to be embedded in the notion of justice and respect. Are we being put in the predicament to negotiate fairness downwards for our people, for millions of people? We need to review competing notions here and be responsible about how this is translated into our people's daily living. The notion of one model energy transition versus different models, pragmatism versus academicism, survivorship versus dignity, small polluters versus big polluters, energy transition and transitioning energies, different measuring sticks versus one measuring stick, different speed energy transition versus one happy, unrealistic speed energy transition, common global strategy seeking versus the stronger players' one-sided strategy, visibility on Africa global needs versus visibility on the needs of the stronger players, shaping our justification for energy transition versus embedding the stronger players' justification for energy transition into our energy security reality, fighting climate change versus fighting poverty, bringing oil and gas business and industries as part of the solution versus bringing oil and gas businesses as the problem. OPEC's energy mix plus decarbonization solution versus no fossil fuel energies. We want to ensure that Africans go from cutting trees to warm their homes and cook, to powering their homes, schools, businesses, and hospitals with electricity generated by natural gas before Africa moved onto renewable energy sources. We believe that the energy transition must not leave any African child behind. And we stand strong with the commitment to make Africa the new renaissance and to put the energy transitions in the center of African life, but checking and being sure when do we do it. This week, as we look to make deals and seize opportunities that can transform Africa's future, deliver energy security, and give Africans, young people's hope for fulfilling and prosperous futures, I ask you to choose Equatorial Guinea, to choose Africa, and to invest in our continent to keep seeking the best returns for your corporations. And I truly thank you very much. Thank you.